Hello guys, it's your boy Anomaly from Sweden, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking 48 CS2 myths. Myth number 1, Kevlar works on arms. Yes, as you can see in the footage, the damage is lower if you're hit in the arms when you have Kevlar. Myth confirmed. Myth number 2, Kevlar works on the legs. Well, as you can see in this side-by-side footage, the damage is actually the same no matter if you have Kevlar or not, which means Kevlar doesn't work on legs. Myth busted. Myth number 3, the 10-second bomb music starts at 10 seconds. Well, as you can see in this footage, when I tried defusing the bomb almost a full second after the 10-second music has started, the defuse still goes through. So no, from the time the music starts until the bomb actually explodes, it's almost 12 seconds, not 10. Myth busted, it's not 10 seconds. Next myth is this video sponsored by Skinsmonkey. Hell yeah! They're one of the best and easy to use trading sites for CSGO, and it's perfect for switching up your inventory to play with new skins, especially now for CS2. And by clicking the link in the description or using code Anomaly, you get a deposit bonus of up to 35%, which is insane. And if you're making your first trade, you can also put code Anomaly and you get up to $5 for free. Plus, they've got many nice extras like freebies for free skins and free balance and 24/7 support. So if you want to try them out, then please do so from the link in the description, and thank you once again Skinsmonkey for sponsoring this video. Myth number 4, when the player agent talks, the bomb will always explode. In CSGO, I think it was always like if the player agent screamed, "Get back!" or so, the bomb would always explode. But as you can see, when I defuse the bomb, Furious hears the player agent voice line, but the bomb is still defused. Obviously, you need to time the defuse very well, because the agent only says the line at the very end of the timer. But yeah, myth busted. Myth number 5, you can get Global Elite in CS2. Premier being the most played game mode has made the old competitive ranks fall out of the spotlight. And if you've gotten your competitive rank in CS2, you may have noticed it's a lot lower than you'd expect. This isn't just your imagination. If you check the stats, there aren't actually any Global Elites on any maps. The highest known rank right now in CS2 over 6 months after release is Legendary Eagle Master, which I think only one guy has achieved. Myth confirmed, you can't get Global Elite right now. Myth number 6, you can shoot a grenade mid-air to deflect it. No, as you see, I clearly shoot the grenade and nothing happens to it. This is the same for all grenade types. If they're thrown, you can't stop it with bullets. Myth busted, grenades are unstoppable forces when it comes to bullets. Myth number 7, shooting through guns works in CS2. We did a lot of testing and it seems to depend. The guns block some bullets and they let some through. I think this has to do with ping, so we tried to do it with guns staying still, not mid-air. When the guns were on the floor and we shot through them, as you can see, every single bullet went through if the penetration of the gun allowed it to. And you can also see the damage is much lower. I can't even one-shot Furious with a deagle headshot through a gun. So yes, myth confirmed, even though damage is significantly lowered and with some low penetration pistols, you can't shoot through it. Myth number 8, standing in a Molotov makes you less accurate. As you can see, my accuracy while standing in this Molotov is not affected at all. And this is actually a good strategy to sometimes tank the damage from the molly and peek inside of the molly, because not many people are gonna expect it. Myth busted, you're just as accurate in a molly. Myth number 9, some agent skins are bad. Well, yes, a clear example of that is the Safecracker Voltsman skin, which has this huge bag and helmet attached to her ass. As you can see in some of these examples, it's much easier to spot someone with this skin because of the huge bag that can stick out outside of your cover. It also isn't part of the hitbox, so you can shoot right through it, which can cause some pretty funny scenarios. Myth confirmed, some agent skins can be bad. Myth number 10, is Peeker's advantage actually a thing in CS2? Me and Furious did some testing where I would peek him on long and we would both record and compare it frame by frame until he dies. And as you can see, I can see Furious full body for many frames before he can even start to see me. So yes, myth confirmed, Peeker's advantage is actually a big thing in CS2, even though they say they've fixed it. Myth number 11, using 4 4-3 makes you see less. I already compared this one in CSGO, and now in CS2 I've lined up these pistols in front of me, and you can clearly see the borders of my screen are the Tech 9 on the right side and the Deagle on the left. However, when I switch to 4-3, my field of view is all of a sudden much more narrow, not even close to seeing the Tech 9 or the Deagle. Myth confirmed, 4-3 makes your field of view much less. Myth number 12, the CS2 sub-tick system is the same as 128 tick. No, every single high-skill player that I talked to while making this video, like Ren and Furious, said that the CS2 sub-tick system is horrible. It's more like 64 tick trying to emulate 128 tick from what I understand. Either way, myth busted, sub-tick is not 128 tick. Myth number 13, the CS2 sub-tick system is better than 64 tick. Now, I asked the same players if sub-tick system is better than 64 tick, and most agreed that it is slightly better, but also most said they didn't play much on 64 tick servers either way, but it seems marginally better as it's technically higher tick than 64. Myth confirmed, sub-tick is marginally better than 64 tick. Myth number 14, bombs planted on different sites have different sounds. I didn't believe this at first, but after some testing I confirmed that a bomb planted on A site sounds like this. And a bomb planted on B site sounds like this. As you can hear, there is a very clear difference. I guess this helps on maps like Nuke, where you can hear both bomb sites at the same time. Myth confirmed, the sound is very different. Number 15! The bomb timer is always the same. I tried planting the bomb 8 times on 2 different maps and then timing every single bomb, and it's exactly 41 seconds from the frame it's planted to the frame it explodes. Myth confirmed. Myth number 16, inspecting the MP5 makes a sound. I thought this was a very stupid myth, but when actually inspecting the MP5 in-game, at the end of the animation, he slaps the gun, which indeed makes a sound circle around you on your minimap. However, other players cannot hear this sound even though it makes a circle, which is very weird. The myth is busted. It doesn't make a sound, it only shows a sound circle for yourself. Myth number 17, suppressed weapons make smaller holes through smokes. We tested this with all the suppressed weapons, with the silencer and without, and there isn't any noticeable difference. So whether or not you use a silencer, you can be happy because the myth is busted. It doesn't matter if you have a silencer or not. Myth number 18, you can body block smoke lineups. Now, we already know you can't shoot at grenades, but strangely enough, you can indeed block smokes with your body. This also means that you can block lineups from landing, like this stairs smoke on a site. Myth confirmed, get pranked, noob. Myth number 19, there are more cheaters in CS2 than in CSGO. I think we can all agree that we've been meeting a ton of more cheaters in CS2 than the last year of CSGO, with cheaters claiming previously detected cheats have been rendered undetected in CS2. I think we can all agree, myth confirmed, there are way more cheaters in CS2 than in CSGO. Myth number 20, climbing ladders is always the same speed. Since climbing a ladder counts as a jump in CS2, the way I measure this is from the last frame it shows jump 0 to the first frame it's lower than minus 150. Then I climbed the ladder in all ways I could think of, starting with looking straight and holding W. This took 1.783 seconds. Looking up holding W. This took 1.633 seconds. Looking up holding A and W. This took 0.883 seconds. And looking down holding A and S. This took 0.967 seconds. And I also did the same thing while going down the ladder. Looking down and holding W, this took 1.767 seconds. Looking down holding A and W, this took 0.933 seconds. And finally looking up holding S and D, this also took 0.933 seconds. So all in all, if you're going up a ladder, you should be doing a sideways climb by holding A and W, and if you're going down a ladder, you should also be doing a downward backwards sideways climb by holding A and W. Myth confirmed, you're way faster climbing sideways. Myth number 21, each bullet fired ejects one bullet casing. In the first person, yes, of course, if you shoot once, it's only gonna show one bullet casing. However, this is not the case in third person, which looks very goofy. As you can see, it turns any gun into a machine gun. Very silly, myth busted, at least for third person. Myth number 22, Anomaly can lose weight by exercising. I weighed myself and then I went to the gym. I did squats, lifting weights, and used the treadmill, and as you can see, I gained weight. So no, myth busted. However, I may have cheated a bit with the weigh-ins. Myth number 23, smokes extinguish Molotovs slower in CS2. Yes, we don't even need a timer for this. You can clearly see in CSGO, as soon as the smoke touches the Molotov, it instantly extinguishes it. However, in CS2, they've added this waiting period for almost a second, which means that the myth is confirmed. Smokes take way longer time to extinguish a Molotov in CS2. Myth number 24, CS2 removed one-way smokes. Yes, I would say CS2 almost completely removed one-way smokes, or at least made it much more easy to spot the person behind the smoke. You can still hide on the edges of the smokes, but it's not a complete one-way like in CSGO. Myth confirmed. Myth number 25, you can be heard in-game after letting go of the voice button. I always thought this was true because if you let go of the voice button, it still shows your voice in the bottom left for another second. However, as per our testing, where I say 1, 2, 3, but didn't hold the voice button for the 3, Fury couldn't hear it at all. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Myth busted, as soon as you let go of the voice button, you can't be heard. It just shows longer in the bottom left because of the nice smooth out animation. Myth number 26, wallbangs do less damage for silenced weapons. We tried wallbanging with both the USP and the M4 silencer and without, and as you can see, it does the same damage with or without a silencer. Myth busted, they do the same damage. Myth number 27, CS2 is dying. CS2 definitely isn't dying, and you can see this reflected in the last few months' player stats. A lot of people are saying that CS2 is dying, but it's because it had a very rough start. However, now that we're starting to get updates again, players are coming back, so no, CS2 definitely isn't dying. Myth busted. Myth number 28, sprays can be used to time the bomb. Because of the previous myths, we now know that the bomb timer is exactly 41 seconds, and the time it takes to plant the bomb is about 4 seconds, and the cooldown of a spray is 45 seconds. So, if you place a spray right before planting the bomb, you can see that the cooldown of the spray acts as a very accurate in-game timer of how long is left on the bomb. Myth confirmed, sprays can definitely be used to time the bomb. Myth number 29, you should always buy helmet as a CT. If you are 100% sure that the enemies only have AKs and ops, it's not super important to buy helmet. However, if some enemies have AKs and some have Mac 10s, it's very important to buy a helmet, because Mac 10 would one-shot you without a helmet, but it wouldn't if you have a helmet. Myth busted, but you should only skip the helmet if you're certain of the enemy's economy. Myth number 30, getting kicked is worse than a loss. I started with 18,375 rating and I queued up with 4 of my friends. The rating I would lose if we lost the game was minus 119, and then I had my friends kick me.
Guys, kick him please, he noob.
After the game was over, my rating updated, and indeed I lost 119 rating despite being kicked. Myth busted, getting kicked is not worse than a loss. Myth number 31, surrendering is worse than a loss. I once again queued up with my 4 friends and my rating was 18,256, and if we lost I would lose 116 rating. Furious then got banned so we could surrender, very honorable. After surrendering and my rating updated, I had 18,140, which means yes, I lost 116 rating. Myth busted, surrendering is not worse than a loss. Myth number 32, being banned is worse than a loss. I started off with a rating of 18,140. If we lost lost the game, I would lose 200 rating. Then I murdered my whole team and got banned. And after the game was over, you can see I lost 1000 rating. Oh my god, I actually lost 1k. There's no way. So yes, myth confirmed, being banned is much worse than a loss because you lose 1000 rating every time. Myth number 33, losing streaks cause you to lose more rating. As you saw from those last 3 games, at first I lost 119 rating, then 116 rating for some reason, and for the third game I would lose 200 rating. So yes, myth confirmed, losing streaks cause you to lose more rating. Myth number 34, personal stats matter in Premiere. No, personal stats like kills, MVPs don't seem to matter at all in Premiere. The only thing that seems to matter is the win or lose streak that you're on, and that hardly counts as a personal stat. Myth busted. Myth number 35, European Premiere is the hardest zone. Just judging by the ratings on the leaderboard, we can see that Europe is by far the highest average. Just to get on the top 1000 leaderboard in each of the zones, you need, in order from high to low, Europe over 25,100 rating, North America over 21,900 rating, South America over 21,500 rating, Asia over 21,500 rating, China over 20,600 rating, Australia over 18,800 rating, and Africa over 15,200 rating, which means that I'd be in the top 1,000 in Africa even after losing all these games for this video. Only judging from these statistics, then yes, myth confirmed, European Premiere is the hardest zone. Myth number 36, crouch jumping makes you jump higher. As you can see, my jump height when jumping with only spacebar is about 54 to 55 units. However, when I crouch jump, the height goes all the way up to 66 units, which is way higher. Myth confirmed, crouch jumping is better. Myth number 37, you can jump off vertigo 3 times before being banned. Well, because my rank is already dead, me and my 4 friends queued up a game of vertigo to try it out. We ended up jumping off the map 5 times before getting banned, so myth busted, you can jump off vertigo 4 times without being banned, and if you jump 5 times, you get banned. Myth number 38, if you queue as 4 people, you can kick the 5th. No, you cannot. We tried queuing as 4 people in both Premiere and competitive, and it didn't work in either of the modes. If you queue 4 people and your 5th teammate is very annoying or toxic, well, you'll just have to live with it because you cannot kick him. Myth busted. Myth number 39, skins equals wins. I have a lot of skins and I absolutely suck at the game. Meanwhile, pro player Elige has no gun skins, only some vanilla knives, which technically they don't have a skin on them, and he's considered one of the best NA players ever. So no, myth busted. If you suck, it's not because you don't have skins, it's just because you suck. Myth number 40, rejoining a match gives you a better spawn. This used to be true in CSGO and earlier in CS2, but now it seems they've fixed it. I tried rejoining on multiple different maps and I always got the same spawn point. Myth busted. Myth number 41, some knives attack faster than others. I tried out every single different knife and there's absolutely no difference in speeds between different knives. It always takes 0.5 seconds for a left click slice and it always takes just over a second for a right click stab. Myth busted, it doesn't matter what knife you have. Myth number 42, op no scopes are more accurate when crouching. I spent 26 minutes shooting at this wall while standing and while crouching, and these are the results. You can see that the spread circle on the crouched side is slightly smaller, so yes, myth confirmed, you are more accurate if you crouch while no scoping with the op. Myth number 43, the scout is more accurate than the op. Once again, I shot at the wall for a very long time, and as you can see, it's not even a comparison. The scout is much more accurate than the op with no scopes. Myth confirmed, scout is more accurate. Myth number 44, strafing right while shooting a smoke makes you see more. This isn't something I've done in game, but you can clearly see strafing right makes you see much more through the smoke. Myth confirmed. Myth number 45, Valve deleted CSGO. No, you can still play CSGO, kind of. All you have to do is right-click your Counter-Strike 2, click Properties, then click Betas and select the beta called CSGO Legacy. It will now give you the option to play either CS2 or the Legacy version of CSGO. There are, however, a lot of things that don't work, like your inventory, official servers, etc. But you can still play workshop maps, play with bots, the training course, or join some community servers that are still up. Myth busted, CSGO is still available, kind of. Myth number 46, CS2 runs worse than CSGO. While standing completely still in Italy, I got between 600 and 700 frames on CSGO and only around 380 FPS in CS2. While running around, FPS was kind of similar, however it seemed a little lower on CS2. But from personal experience, I can say CS2 crashes a bit more than CSGO used to, and I also get random lag spikes in CS2, sometimes lasting over a second. Myth confirmed, CS2 runs a bit worse than CSGO, at least it takes more of your PC. Myth number 47, highest settings in CSGO gives you more FPS than lowest settings in CS2. In CSGO, on the highest graphics settings, 1080p, I had between 500 and 600 FPS. However, in CS2, on the lowest settings, it was really difficult to even see the frame rate because it was so low quality, but I think that says around 400-500 FPS, so it's similar. However, I never saw the FPS counter in CS2 go over 700, which it did many times in CSGO, so I guess myth confirmed. And the final myth, number 48, did CSGO have more content than CS2? If you compare CSGO to CS2, we're still missing a lot of content. For example, some of the maps we're missing are Cache, Tuscan, Agency, Train, Bowyard, Chalice, Cobblestone, Short Dust, Lake, Canals, Militia, Assault, and game modes such as Danger Zone, Demolition, Flying Scoutsman, Retakes, and the maps deleted from these game modes, which are Blacksite, Ember, Sirocco, Vineyard, Safe House, St. Mark's, Lunacy, Monastery, Dust 1, Dizzy, Bank, Sugarcane, and of course console commands like CL Bob or CL Right Hand. So yes, CSGO had a lot more content than CS2, and it's not even really a myth. However, I hope CS2 will keep adding stuff that we're missing to make it a very good game. And there we go, 48 myths busted or confirmed. I hope you liked this video. If there are some myths that I forgot, then please comment it and maybe I'll make another video like this. Woo!